Well, we all knew something like this was going to be in the cards coming into this free agency. But Stephen Bondi is dropping the bomb, talking about Obi Toppin possibly being shopped. And apparently Obi Toppin has not been the happiest that he's still in a Knicks uniform since the trade deadline.
Well, damn.
I mean, nobody should really be surprised. The poor guy was drafted to a team that didn't really need him. I mean, there was thoughts that one thing would happen, but they didn't happen. And now you have a player of the year still searching for their role 4 years later. So should we be surprised? And now the real question is, what are we going to get in return? A lot of things Obi Toppin. Let's talk about it. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? Your boy CK2K, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. Make sure you go subscribe to the other NBA channel, CK Hoops, as well as follow me everywhere else. We stream Wednesday through Fridays over on Twitch at IMCK__. So go check it out. Continue the conversation over there. We'll be live tonight.
Grinding, man. Working.
Obi Toppin, man. Obadiah Toppin. The Obi Toppin situation is something that a lot of us already assumed. I've said it numerous of times on this channel, on any place that I've been given a microphone, that I ultimately believe that Obi Toppin is not going to be on this team past his extension. Like, he's not going to be here when it comes to extension. We know Emmanuel Quickly is most likely going to get an extension in the coming months, but there was no way Obi Toppin would get that extension unless we ultimately decide to trade Julius Randle, which the Knicks have made it very clear that's not going to happen.
He's going nowhere.
Now, with this news coming out by Stephen Bondi talking about that we should expect to see Obi Toppin be moved, doesn't really surprise me, especially with the timing. Tomorrow is the draft. There's rumors all around going that the Knicks want to trade into the draft. And with a piece like Obi Toppin, you can definitely get a good pick, which I'm sure some of you fans might be happy about. But in a larger scale, you can use somebody like Obi Toppin plus other pieces to get another key player to help bolster this team right now. It doesn't have to necessarily be an up-and-coming rookie. You can use Obi Toppin and some other pieces to get another key player to come up with guys like Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and now I guess RJ Barrett. I mean, though it was expected, it is really unfortunate because in the opportunities that Obi Toppin really got, especially as a starter or when he played, I don't know, more than 12 minutes in the game, Obi Toppin played really well. I mean, we saw the remainder of, not this past season, the season prior, where Obi Toppin damn near looked like he should have been starting the entire season. And then we saw little strides of that this year as well when Julius Randle went out to injury before he ultimately came back in playoff time. But it just feels like Obi Toppin was never really game planned for with the New York Knicks. It feels like a guy that's a high flyer, first one down the court type of big, athleticism, turned into just like a three-point shooter, a three-point specialist with us, which though his shot is a thing that he can do, it should not be his highlight. If you're looking at him on tape and you are more concerned about his three-point shooting and nothing else that he does, that just tells you that he was not being utilized well. And with the New York Knicks, Obi Toppin definitely wasn't utilized well. Now, I don't know if he does get moved for the draft or he is a part of a move in the future, but I wholeheartedly expect that Obi Toppin's time with the New York Knicks is unfortunately up. The kid has a lot of promise. The kid is going to be a very solid player, but the New York Knicks have made it very clear that they have no plan for Obi Toppin in their future. We can be fans of him. Hell, I love Obi Toppin. We drafted him thinking that he was going to take over for Julius Randle as we used Julius Randle for a future move because the year prior, Julius Randle completely stank the bed. But unexpectedly, Julius Randle turned around and had one of his best seasons in his career, and we just had Obi Toppin there marinating on the bench. These kind of things happen, but this could be a blessing in disguise for the Knicks because he can turn into somebody of value depending on what the move looks like, whether it gets us into the draft or whether it gets us another solidified stud for this team as we make a playoff push, as well as get more relevancy in the Eastern Conference. Obi Toppin's name has been centered around a lot of players. I know a lot of you guys have been looking at guys like Chris Duarte and stuff like that, because we know Indiana has had numerous occasions where they've had some interest in Obi Toppin in the past. And I still feel like that could be a spot for him. There's the conversation now that since Obi is looking to be moved, we can make it more easy for us to get guys that you guys are looking for, like Zach LaVine's and things like that. But I ultimately believe the Knicks will either A, move him for more assets to help us in a future move that can be the big move to get to complete the top part of our team, or simply for a draft pick in this year's draft to get another solid young piece that we can continue to develop while we're still a good team. I don't think that they're just going to trade Obi Toppin to trade him. I think they're going to utilize him to A, help him out and let him become the player he wants to be long term, and B, help us out, continue our path in playoff excellence like we did last year. If it were up to me, I would much rather see him going forward than going Julius Randle. I know doing that sets us back, because with Julius Randle, it made us the player team we are today. But I think in today's NBA, Obi Toppin makes more sense long term than a Julius Randle. I know that's going to upset people because I'm talking down on our all-star and we wouldn't be here without Julius Randle. But just me personally, what Obi Toppin provides for the team is something that we're the only team in the NBA that doesn't do, and that is speed and transition. Obi Toppin, when used properly, especially with Jalen Brunson and with RJ Barrett, he opens up a lot of people's game, and I feel like that's something we're going to be missing terribly. But at the same time, if our head coach is not utilizing him well and our front office is not looking to try and build a future or try and include him in the future, there's no point in us trying to make that work, because it just clearly does not work. I'm just here trying to fit a square into a circle peg. It just is not going to make sense. But yeah, I mean, look, anything can happen between now and then. There could be a world where the Knicks could just ultimately decide that they do want to move forward with Obi Toppin, and they can promise him a bigger role, and then he ultimately stays and we re-sign him, which is probably the more unrealistic route, but it's not out of the picture. Right now, it's still hearsay. But Steph Bondy has made it very clear out loud that, and other league sources have made it very clear out loud that the Knicks would be looking to shop him. And I think any Knicks fan with eyes could see that that seems pretty realistic. But what says you? What move do you think Obi Toppin will be put in? Do you think that Obi Toppin will be a key piece in a big move right now, in a Karl Anthony Towns, in a Zach LaVine? Or do you think that Obi Toppin is going to be a part of a smaller move that can help us long term to make a bigger move for somebody that makes more sense for this team? Or is there a conversation with the front office where Obi Toppin just becomes a part of the team's future and we utilize him better? Which three of those make more sense to you? Which one's more realistic? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we are posting now during the off season. Your boy's trying to stay as up to date and trying to stay as consistent as possible, and we are on a good streak right now.
For now.
Again, I'm gonna say it always, don't forget to subscribe to my other channel, CK Hoop, where we are going to be live and in full effect with all the free agency nonsense and any other kind of NBA news over on that channel. So be a part of that family as well, and join the streams, man. We're having a good time over on the streams. I'm doing my thing. I appreciate you guys' support as always. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's get it. And yeah, it's sad, man. I'm sorry my mood was down a little bit. I just feel like we have something in our midst that we are going to regret tremendously by moving them. But at the same time, like I said, if the front office doesn't want to do anything with them, then I can sit here and cry and moan about it. It doesn't matter. As long as we get something that makes sense for us in return, and that's going to help us long term in return, then it is what it is. It's the best move for both sides, right? That's my thoughts. I'm out of here. See you guys next video. Peace.
Cold pizza Tuesday. I got food up in the fridge. Y'all keep looking for that new way. I think I like it how it is.